How's it going everyone, Mario here. In this video we're gonna talk about the technical analysis on SPY, QQQ and some other swing trading stocks which we currently have on our portfolio and go over what to expect from the markets leading into this week. Let's start with SPY. Albeit a bit extended, the trend is still to the upside. The pullbacks in an uptrend are pretty common. Those should be used as an opportunity to add on to the position rather than opportunities to go short on. So after a rally of 13 to 14% from the lows, a slight pullbacks from these levels wouldn't be surprising. Looking at the daily charts, they filled the gap they opened from August 1 and now just consolidating. Leading into next week, the highs of 456.30 will be the first area of interest I'll be keeping an eye out for, followed by 457.80 up north. Depends on how the price reacts around these levels, I will be planning ahead. That's going to tell us if the prices are going to go up for the next push to the upside towards that 460s or they're gonna offer that steeper pullbacks after a strong rally to log another higher low. Now the question becomes, if they do pull back, where to expect the price to potentially go to? The job of the markets is to make as many traders look as foolish as possible. We got CPI AVWAP sitting right at 451 and change. In case of a trap scenario, a price will be undercutting the same 451 and march towards the lows of the gap up candle after CPI, which is currently sitting at 446. By that time, the positive 20-day moving average will also be curling towards the price. If they start showing strength from these levels, there will be another buy the dip opportunity towards the next rally all the way towards all-time highs. Now what about the other scenario? As mentioned before, we got to be aware of both the scenarios. What if the price keeps pushing higher? It shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone because the trend is still strong. It doesn't matter if it's extended, the trend is still to the upside. If they do push above and crack that 457.81, I will be keeping an eye out for that 460 area to the upside. Just because I am expecting a pullback doesn't mean we have to get one from the markets. The trend is still to the upside, but the news and macro is so bearish. Guess what? No one cares. Focus on the price because at the end of the day, price is the only thing that pays. With that being said, let's go over some individual stocks which we have on the watch list into this upcoming week, starting with Palantir PLTR. We were already on the trade since $17.80 and took it all the way towards $21.30-ish. We sold most of our positions when they hit that $21 zone and we still had some runners going which we got stopped out last Friday. Now I'm currently looking for a re-entry on the same name. I know most of you guys work 9 to 5 and can't keep an eye out for the markets all the time. All I can say is swing trade shares and swing trade stocks that are actually in an uptrend, so you wouldn't be worrying about what the stock price is doing. If you want to know about these types of trade ideas when I open them in real time, go check out the Patreon, the link is down below in the description. Now leading into this week, so I am watching this 20-day moving average, the blue line which you see on the screen, and it's currently at $18.50. If they do pull back towards this level, watch out for what the price does around this area. If they find buyers and start pushing higher, I might establish my small position for the second entry for the trade right around this area, and my stop losses will be somewhere around $18, and if they crack this, I will be exiting for a small loss. If not, I will be holding it all the way back up to $21 to $22 to the upside again. Patreon members will get the real-time updates if I take the trade on the same setup. For now, it's just on the watch list to see how they react around the positively sloping 20-day moving average. And the next one which we are keeping an eye out for is VST. We just established our small position on this name last Friday and they are holding this positively sloping 20-day moving average and the buyers are stepping in around the same area. And if I move towards the shorter time frame, you can clearly see how the price is above the all-time highs AVWAP as well, and now they are above the 5-day moving average too. So it's still looking constructive. There is no need to make any changes in this setup. I am still expecting it to push all the way towards the new all-time highs. If they get there, we will manage the positions accordingly. So for now, I'm not making any changes to this position. Still a great looking chart, still an uptrend. And if they do start reversing, I'll get stopped out for a small loss. But if not, it's a potential new all-time highs candidate. and I'm just gonna let the trend do the work for me because we don't know what the market is gonna do. All we can do is have proper stop losses and stay with the direction of the trend. And another short position which I'm in at the moment is PAYC, Paycom. The trend is still to the downside. They had a decent dead cat bounce from this 140 level all the way towards this 180, and now the price is coming in contact with the declining 20-day moving average, and I'm expecting for the price to have some pullbacks and reverse from here on out. So I did enter some short positions on this same name, and I'm expecting the pullback to go all the way towards 170 or even 164 to 165 to the downside. If I add on to this position, or if I got stopped out of the same name, well, the members will get update on it as usual. So for now, the next chart which I'm keeping an eye out for is GPS, gap. They had a massive gap up after earnings, and the price is still holding this AVWAP coming from that earnings as support. So if they do pull back from these areas, I'm keeping an eye out for this AVWAP, which is currently sitting at $17.50. The trend is still to the upside, so I'm not making any changes to my position yet. The stop losses still stay right at the $17.40 range. And if they break above this $19 or $19.50 zone, I will cut few of my positions and take some profits off the table. Well, if they do pull back and lose $17.40, well, we have our stop losses in place, and we're gonna get stopped out for a small loss. The thing is, we know our risk. Before even entering the trade, we exactly know how much money we're gonna lose, and that's gonna eliminate the panic as a whole. So we have a plan, and we're gonna stick by it regardless of what happens, regardless of how we feel. So to recap, when it comes to SPY, watch out for any pullbacks to happen into this upcoming weeks because we had some massive rally. So just because I'm expecting a pullback doesn't mean it has to happen. That doesn't mean I'm gonna buy puts on SPY. Nope, we're just expecting a pullback in an uptrend so that they can log a higher low. So we have a plan leading into next week. So if something changes, if something drastic happens, we will handle it in the live streams every morning as usual. So if you want to get access to the live streams, go ahead, check out the Patreon, link is down below in the description. With that being said, take high probability trades, manage the risk wisely. I'll see you guys in the next video.